Are Bryce Hall and Josh Richards no longer friends? Here is everything we know. I'm Gabby Conti, and this is your 24/7 celebrity news. There has been a lot of speculation recently that Josh Richards and Bryce Hall are no longer as close as they used to be, and that there might even be some bad blood between the two. Some are even thinking this beef is what led to the recent confirmation that the Sway House is officially over. Tom Ward, who interviews TikTok stars on his YouTube channel, recently shared a clip of a FaceTime interview between himself and Michael Gruen, who reps Bryce Hall, Josh Richards, and Griffin Johnson, who spoke on Bryce and Josh's relationship. Yeah, so this has been going on a lot. Also, there's a recent clip that just surfaced from Josh's podcast with Dave Portnoy, and Josh says on the podcast that him and Bryce are cool, they DM. The subtext of what Josh is saying is it doesn't seem like Bryce and Josh are as close as they used to be. Also, apparently Josh and Bryce talked about the podcast once, and Bryce seemed okay with it. But of course, we'll never know what really goes on between the two of them. But what we do know is Tom asked Michael if Bryce Hall and Josh Richards are, quote, beefing or are they okay now? And Michael responded with, beefing is a strong word. I don't know what beefing means. When Tom clarified that he meant if Josh and Bryce are arguing, enemies, or have issues, Michael clarified that, quote, I know what you meant. It's hard to say. They're definitely not as active together anymore, but I think that's just a separation of what they're doing. I mean, that does make sense. While they do have the same company together, Ani Energy Drinks, they also have their own separate endeavors. They have their own 2 separate podcasts, 2 separate YouTube channels, 2 separate relationships. Michael went on to add, quote, they are not actively fighting. They are on the same calls every week. I don't think they're as close as they were before. I think in a large part they're a duo that's no longer a duo. Just like when a band breaks up, they're not as close as when they were together. This is not the first time there has been speculation that something has been going on between Bryce and Josh. Before the holidays, Bryce and Josh were seemingly inseparable, handing out Ani Energy Drinks, a company they co-founded together, and burritos to the homeless. And when Bryce was even put head-to-head with Josh's ex and now girlfriend, Nessa Barrett, to see who knew Josh better, Josh won. So I'm curious if Josh and Bryce still refer to each other as best friends. Something tells me probably not. I don't know, and I don't know if we ever will know if there was a big fight or blowout between the two of them. We also really haven't heard Bryce comment on this yet as we report this, but yeah, it doesn't seem like the two of them are as inseparable as they used to be. I think another factor also could be their relationships. You know, when you get into relationships, a lot of times your friendships tend to take a back seat. Some fans have also been wondering if perhaps it is Josh's involvement with Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy on their podcast together, BFFs, that has changed Bryce and Josh's dynamic. Dave and Bryce have been very publicly feuding on social media. BFF's podcast even made a joke about the situation on TikTok, comparing Bryce to Josh and Dave's relationship to Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, and Joshua Bassett's alleged love triangle in Driver's License. But is there some truth to that joke? Has Josh distanced himself from Bryce since becoming friendly with Dave Portnoy? And also, you know, since the news was dropped that Sway House has split up, I feel like the top comment was, Josh ruined everything. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think is going on between Josh and Bryce? Do you think they're still friends, or do you think there is actually bad blood between the two that they are not talking about? Let us know what you think. I'm Gabby Conti, and follow us at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.